Have you ever blurted out words in a moment of passion or frustration, only to instantly wish you could rewind time and choose them more wisely? We've all been there. In that split second when our words fly out like arrows, we may later regret the impact they had on ourselves and others. Now imagine if every word you spoke was carefully chosen, radiating wisdom, grace, and genuine strength. Imagine mastering your speech so that every conversation, whether at work, with friends, or even in your own mind, becomes an opportunity to build connections and inspire growth. Today we're diving into a transformative journey inspired by the timeless philosophy of Stoicism. This ancient wisdom teaches us that words aren't just fleeting sounds, they are a reflection of our inner character, values, and intellect. In this discussion, we will explore 6 habits that truly intelligent people avoid. These are not mere rules, they are powerful habits that, when embraced, shape who we are and how we impact the world around us. By the end of this session, you'll gain practical insights to help you elevate the way you speak, listen, and act in everyday life. So let's embark on this journey together, a journey that will not only change your conversations, but will also transform your inner dialogue. Let's discover the 6 things an intelligent person never says. Number 1, avoid boasting about knowledge. Imagine sitting in a room where someone dominates every conversation by constantly bragging about their achievements, expertise, and the depth of their knowledge. At first, you might be impressed by the sheer amount of information they share, but soon that admiration turns into discomfort or even resentment. Why? Because their words create a barrier, making others feel insignificant or overlooked. The Stoics believed that true wisdom does not need to shout its presence. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Nature does not boast about what it creates." In other words, genuine wisdom is humble. It does not require constant validation or applause. Instead of loudly proclaiming your knowledge, let your actions speak for themselves. When you solve problems, help others, or simply listen, your intelligence becomes evident without the need for constant self-promotion. Consider the story of John, a highly skilled professional in the tech industry. John loved sharing his experiences about major projects, the complex technologies he had mastered, and the awards he had received. At first, his colleagues were in awe of his achievements. However, as time passed, people started to withdraw. John's constant need to showcase his intellect made others feel as though every conversation was just an extension of his resume. One day, a trusted colleague pulled him aside and said, "John, your knowledge is impressive, but your habit of constantly boasting makes others feel like they're in the shadows." That conversation was a turning point for him. John learned that sharing knowledge in a humble, considerate way invites dialogue and genuine connection, while boasting creates distance. So how can you avoid the trap of boasting? Begin by practicing humility. Recognize that every person you meet has something to teach you. Instead of monopolizing conversations with your accomplishments, ask questions and encourage others to share their insights. Listen deeply. Truly listen. In doing so, you not only learn more, but also show respect for the experiences of others. Remember, real wisdom isn't measured by how much you know, but by how well you share and apply that knowledge to uplift those around you. Number 2, never dismiss others' opinions. Have you ever felt that sting when your thoughts or opinions were dismissed without a chance to be heard? Perhaps in a meeting or a casual conversation, you tried to contribute an idea only to have it brushed aside before you could fully explain yourself. That feeling of being invalidated can be deeply discouraging, making you question your own value. The Stoic perspective teaches us that every opinion holds value because it is born out of a unique experience. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You cannot learn what you think you already know." This means that dismissing another person's perspective is like shutting the door on a potential source of wisdom and growth. Every person's view is a window into their world, a chance for us to see things from a different angle. I once held a position where I thought I had all the answers. In a high-pressure meeting, a colleague timidly offered an alternative approach to a problem we were facing. In my haste, I interrupted, dismissing the idea as impractical. The silence that followed was heavy with disappointment. Later, a trusted teammate confided, "Maybe if you'd listened, we might have found a better solution." That comment resonated with me. I realized that by dismissing others, I wasn't just cutting off an idea, I was also preventing the growth of trust and collaboration within the team. Changing this mindset meant practicing genuine curiosity. Instead of formulating counter-arguments immediately, I learned to ask, what can I learn from this? This small shift opened the door to richer conversations and deeper understanding. Even ideas that initially seemed flawed might contain a spark of truth, a lesson hidden within a different perspective. When you truly listen to others, you validate their experiences and invite an exchange that can lead to groundbreaking solutions. So the next time someone shares an opinion that differs from yours, pause, listen, and reflect. Recognize that every perspective, no matter how different, carries an opportunity for learning and mutual respect. By embracing this approach, you not only enhance your own understanding, but also build bridges that strengthen your relationships and foster a culture of collective wisdom. Number 3, refrain from complaining without purpose. It's natural to feel frustration when life doesn't go as planned. Whether it's the endless traffic on your morning commute or the recurring inefficiencies at work, complaints can feel like a relief, a way to vent your anger. However, endless complaining, especially about things beyond our control, can trap us in a cycle of negativity and helplessness. Consider Peter, a seasoned professional, juggling the demands of work, family, and everyday challenges. Peter's days were filled with complaints, from grumbling about the broken coffee machine at work to bemoaning the inefficiencies of his colleagues. Initially, his friends and co-workers tried to empathize, even offering advice. But soon, Peter's constant negativity began to wear on everyone around him. His complaints weren't leading to any solutions. Instead, they created an atmosphere of despair that drained the energy of those he interacted with. The wisdom of Stoicism offers a remedy. Focus on what you can control. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Instead of wasting time and energy on complaints, ask yourself, what can I do about this? If the answer is nothing, then let it go. Shift your focus from what frustrates you to what you can change. Perhaps that means planning a different route during rush hour or proposing a constructive solution at work. This approach doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means approaching them with a mindset geared towards solutions rather than venting. When you reframe your frustrations as challenges to overcome, you reclaim control over your emotions and create space for creative problem solving. Instead of letting complaints dominate your conversation, try to channel that energy into positive action. For instance, if you're frustrated with a recurring issue at work, consider gathering ideas from your team to address the problem collectively. By turning complaints into constructive dialogue, you transform negativity into an opportunity for growth. Remember, each moment spent complaining without purpose is a moment lost from building a better future. Embrace challenges as chances to learn and improve, and soon you'll notice that your words carry less weight of despair and more of determination and hope. Number 4, no empty promises. Promises are the glue that holds our relationships together. They build trust and set expectations. Yet when we make promises without the intention or ability to follow through, we risk damaging our credibility and undermining the trust others place in us. Imagine a scenario with Greg, a busy professional who juggled a demanding career with family responsibilities. Greg was known for his warm heart and eagerness to help. He would readily promise his team that he'd review their reports by a certain deadline or assure his family that he'd be home in time for dinner. However, as his commitments piled up, Greg often found himself falling short. Initially, people were understanding. After all, he was busy, but over time, his repeated failures to deliver led to a loss of trust. His colleagues began to doubt his reliability, and his family grew weary of his broken promises. Stoic philosophy reminds us that integrity is about aligning our words with our actions. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Let your words be plain and true." When you make a promise, you are making a commitment to your character. Over-promising and under-delivering not only disappoints others, but also chips away at the respect you've earned. Instead of saying yes to every request or opportunity, take a moment to consider your current obligations and capacities. Is this something you can realistically accomplish? If you're uncertain, it's far better to say, "I'll do my best," or even politely decline than to offer a promise you may not be able to keep. One effective strategy is to under-promise and over-deliver. When you set realistic expectations and then exceed them, you build a reputation for reliability and excellence. If you commit to a task with a timeline that allows for unforeseen challenges, you protect both your integrity and your relationships, and if circumstances change, be honest about it. Open communication about delays or challenges shows that you value the trust others place in you. By embracing the habit of making thoughtful, intentional promises, you not only honor your commitments but also cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships. Your words become a testament to your integrity, and those around you learn to rely on your genuine and measured approach to every commitment you make. Number 5, don't deny your mistakes. Making mistakes is an inevitable part of life, yet many of us fear that admitting our errors will expose our vulnerabilities and diminish our worth. In reality, the courage to acknowledge mistakes is a sign of true strength and integrity, a lesson that Stoicism holds dear. There was a time when I, too, dreaded admitting my mistakes. In a rush to meet a tight deadline on a major project, I overlooked some critical details. When the error was discovered, the blame game began, and I felt a surge of embarrassment and defensiveness. However, deep down, I knew that denying my mistake would only make matters worse. Instead, I chose to face the situation head-on. In the next meeting, I openly acknowledged my error, apologized to my team, and outlined a clear plan to prevent it from happening again. To my surprise, instead of harsh judgment, I received understanding and even gratitude from my colleagues for my honesty. This experience taught me that admitting mistakes does not make you weak. In fact, it makes you more trustworthy. When you take responsibility for your actions, you demonstrate self-awareness and a commitment to improvement. By acknowledging errors, you break down the barriers of defensiveness that often hinder personal and collective growth. Your willingness to say "I was wrong" invites others to learn from your experience and creates an environment where honesty is valued over ego. The Stoics believed that mistakes are opportunities for growth, not marks of failure. Each error is a stepping stone that, when approached with humility and a desire to improve, leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our actions. So, the next time you face a setback, pause, reflect on your role in the situation, and then take responsibility. Use that experience to build a stronger foundation for future success. And remember, true strength lies not in never making mistakes, but in owning them and learning from them. Number 6, don't overshare future plans. We live in a world where sharing our aspirations and dreams has become a common part of our daily conversations. Social media, casual chats, and even professional settings encourage us to talk about our future goals. While it's wonderful to dream big and share your vision, there's a fine line between inspiring others and setting unrealistic expectations that may eventually lead to disappointment. Consider Jim a well-meaning middle-aged professional known for his eagerness to help and participate in every opportunity that came his way. Jim had a habit of saying yes to every request, whether it was volunteering for an extra project, promising to help a friend move, or assuring family members that he would attend every important event. At first, his enthusiasm was appreciated, but as time went on, Jim found himself overcommitted. He began missing deadlines, forgetting events, and ultimately disappointing those who had come to rely on his promises. His good intentions, when overshared, were slowly eroding his credibility. The Stoic approach teaches us that while ambition is admirable, our words must be tempered with realistic action. Before you share a plan or make a commitment about the future, take a moment to assess whether you have the resources, time, and energy to follow through. Oversharing plans that aren't yet fully formed can create pressure and expectations that might be impossible to meet. Instead, focus on the present. Work on the steps that will lead you toward your goals rather than announcing every aspiration prematurely. By keeping your future plans close until they're more concrete, you protect your reputation and allow your achievements to speak for themselves. Authenticity in speech means that when you do share your plans, people trust that you're not overextending yourself. It means that every promise you make is backed by a real intention to deliver, not just empty words. In doing so, you build relationships founded on trust and respect, and you encourage a culture where actions, not just words, pave the way for success. In conclusion, the words we choose every day are far more powerful than we might ever realize. They not only communicate our thoughts and feelings, but also shape our identity and influence how others perceive us. By avoiding the pitfalls of boasting, dismissing others, complaining without purpose, making empty promises, denying our mistakes, and oversharing future plans, we set the stage for a life of greater integrity, authenticity, and meaningful connection. When you choose to speak with humility, to listen with an open heart, and to commit to your promises with intention, you are not only refining your communication, you are also sculpting a version of yourself that embodies wisdom, strength, and resilience. The timeless teachings of Stoicism remind us that our inner world and our outer expressions must align. Our words should serve as a bridge between our inner values and the world we inhabit, inspiring trust, fostering collaboration, and paving the way for personal growth. Imagine a life where every conversation is an opportunity to connect more deeply with others. A life where your silence speaks as powerfully as your words, and where each promise you make builds a legacy of trust and authenticity. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about recognizing that each day, each word, and each interaction is a chance to become a better version of yourself. So, take a moment today to reflect on the impact of your words. Ask yourself, what do my words say about me? Am I speaking in a way that uplifts and inspires? Or am I inadvertently creating barriers between myself and those around me? Let this be the starting point of a journey toward more thoughtful communication, a journey that transforms not only the way you speak, but also the way you see yourself and the world. If you found these insights valuable, I invite you to carry them with you into every conversation you have. Embrace the wisdom of speaking with care, listen more deeply, and let your actions confirm the truth of your words. Your journey toward a more mindful, purposeful way of communicating begins now. Every small step, every pause before speaking, every genuine apology, every promise kept, creates a ripple effect that enriches your life and the lives of those around you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of powerful communication. I hope that you feel inspired to harness the true power of your words, using them as tools to build a life of respect, trust, and enduring wisdom. As you move forward, remember that your words are not just fleeting sounds, they are reflections of your inner character, and the legacy you leave behind. If you're ready to continue this journey of growth and self-improvement, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let us know how you plan to apply these principles in your daily life, and feel free to share a story about a time when choosing your words wisely made all the difference. Your story could be the spark that inspires someone else to make a positive change. Stay tuned for more insights on living a life of authenticity and strength. Until next time, speak with intention, listen with empathy, and let every word you say contribute to a better, brighter world.